All right. Hi, everybody. Welcome, welcome.
Wait a minute, Daisy, you're not unmuted. Hold on.
Here I
Sorry.
am. Hi.
Okay, mute myself. Okay.
I'll do that again. Hi, everybody. Aloha. Welcome, welcome to Tropical Biohackers Tea Time, where we get together and hear some incredible stories about these life-changing products. My name is Daize Goodwin. I'm tuning in from the North Shore, Haena, Kauai, in the Hawaiian Islands. And I was just sharing with all the guests, it is a gorgeous day here. We are loving this weather. Summer's coming. There's still waves. It's been incredible. I'm going to share a little bit about my story just so you can kind of get a gist of what we're doing here. I stumbled upon these products over 7 years ago and wanted nothing to do with this type of business model, which is network marketing, because I had always thought of it as a pyramid scheme or a way to make money for people that couldn't get a real job. You know, we all have our preconceived notions. Some people who are a little smarter and ahead of the curve understand what this can do of just forming another wheel of leveraged income to start to spin without you. I had no idea. So basically what happened for me is I stumbled upon these products, wouldn't take them because I was so skeptical, but my husband and my father-in-law both had incredible results pretty quickly within 2.5 weeks. Now, we're going to hear from some stories that are nothing short of miraculous. Before we start, I want to make sure you know that the FDA does not allow us to say that we can cure or mitigate any disease. There is an incredible amount of science behind these products. This isn't just a bunch of people sharing their information. So today at 2:30, there's going to be an overview of the products. And then tomorrow morning at 8:30 Hawaii time, I'm going to do an overview of more of the science, show some slides, and also go into a little bit of the business for those of you that that are feeling the way the world is right now, and also just want to look at another way to bring in a little bit of money. And it's been incredible. I never thought that I would be making 5 figures a month with a business like this, but because I could not ignore how our products over deliver, and you'll hear the stories today, and because I could not ignore how great it would be to create another way that my family is creating a life of freedom, I couldn't say no, and that started my journey a little over 7 years ago. So first, we are extremely blessed to have Kumu Wanda share today. She is, I've never met her in person, but I've heard incredible things about you, Kumu, about how amazing you are for the community and just as a whole of who you are. So if you could go ahead and unmute, we'd love to hear your story. And thanks again for joining in. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Daisy. Nice to meet you finally. I'm so excited, but yet I'm a little nervous because my sisters who brought me into LifeVantage told me that I needed to share my story. I'm not really ready, but I will do the best that I can. I've been with LifeVantage exactly 1 month as of yesterday. The journey for me has been an amazing one. It's been pretty addicting. I'm getting addicted to this company, the products, sharing the products. So let me just introduce myself. My name is Wanda Akiu. I'm a Kumu Hula here in Kailua. I teach children from ages 4 all the way up to 80 years old. I had my halau in Hula, in Kailua for 20 years now. I try to instill, my mission as a Kumu Hula is to educate and to perpetuate the Hawaiian culture, Hawaiian traditions and values, and also to instill in our kids to have gratitude, have aloha, to inspire them, to motivate them, and to empower them because they are the future. So that's my job every day, all day long. It's been my life. Hula is, it takes a lot out of you, but you don't get paid much. So it's all the love. So during this whole COVID-19, I was able to reflect, and to really take a look at everything that's happening. It made me open my eyes, and it made me, take off that same old Wanda and put on some brighter lens and take a real good look at what's happening and with myself as well. When they shut down everything, I was a little worried because I wasn't able to teach hula. So luckily for Zoom, I still continue to teach classes. I teach 6 days a week, and I'm lucky that I was able to still receive income. But after seeing everything happening with everybody else in the world, you know, I started to think that I need to have a backup plan, an income that if I get sick, if I, you know, hurt my legs, I cannot teach. Really, it's very difficult. So these beautiful ladies, which is 2 of my hula moms, came to me and shared Protandem. Protandem came into my life in the middle of March. They gave me some samples. I tried it out. I told them, you know, I just like natural products. I'm not going to do the business because I don't have time. I'm too busy, you know. So they said, don't worry, we're not gonna push anything on you. I said, okay, thank you. So took the products 2.5 weeks in. I noticed some really good results. For those of you who know me for years, I've always had thin hair. I was losing my hair. For like about 8 months, I was breaking out in a rash, red bumps. The doctors didn't know what it was. It wasn't eczema, it wasn't psoriasis. They didn't know what it was. She gave me a cream. Later, I looked at what it was. It was for scabies. I didn't have scabies, but she just, you know, gave me this cream. Luckily, I just put it on myself one time and then I stopped. So now that I've been on the product, all my rashes cleared up. And of course, the hair loss, the rash, it's all due to stress, you know, and I've learned about oxidative stress through these ladies, this team of smart women. And I'm just blessed that Protandem came into my life. I see how these ladies, all these team leaders just are so committed in helping everyone to try to improve their health, their well-being, the community, the world, and of course, at the same time, be financially stable. So after I took the products, I seen results. 2.5 weeks, I lost 9 pounds. I wasn't taking the weight management product. I was just using the dual, which is the NRF1, NRF2. So I started to look and research about the products, the business, and I thought, you know what, this would be great for me. During COVID, I went and I started to apply at different places, you know, go out there and look for a job. And then this came into my lap. So I said, okay, this looks like what I'm gonna do. So I knew with everything, we gotta work hard in anything we do. So I told the girls, you know, give me some information. We slowly, you know, took it step by step. And it's been a wonderful experience in the last month. My reason why I wanted to do LifeVantage and do the business is because I have so many family and friends that are sick, that are on medication, prescription medication, diabetes, high blood pressure, cholesterol, lupus. I got it all. They're surrounding me. So I wanted to help them. And that was my goal, is to commit first to myself, yeah, to make it work for me so that I can be free financially. Not have to worry every day how I'm going to pay the bills. I was barely making it. Sorry. And it was tough. Praying is what got me through everything. So sharing the products with my family and at the same time helping them get better, you know, is a plus. My goal in my life is if I can help one person every day, I've done my job. If I can help 2, 3, 4, 5, it's great. If I can share something that'll help them and inspire them, it's great. So I love to teach. I love teaching hula, but it just doesn't pay the bills. And it just causes a lot of stress. So I had to change the glasses, put on a new set of eyes, and start to really think about the future for myself, for my family. At the same time, we all help the world, you know, improve. And honestly, this product is amazing. The team, these ladies, if you look at them, you Zoom every single day on all these meetings. Every single day you may think, oh, she's telling the same story. Oh, I heard this already. Listen, because there's tips. There's tips in every little Zoom. There's messages that you may have missed. I take notes. I take notes at the end of the day, at the night. I highlight everything. I learned this. This was Daisy. I've heard Daisy's story, but she shared something else that really triggered me. So, you know, Susan and her husband, all the stories has really inspired me. And I just, you know, can't see why I, you know, would turn away from this. You know, I got my sister, my sister-in-law, and everybody else in it, and we're having a wonderful time and we're enjoying ourselves. And that's what life is about. We got to enjoy. And we can't be worried about how we're going to pay the electric bill and the mortgage is coming up. I've been worried about as soon as the month starts, okay, your mission is how you're going to get that mortgage paid. My studio is here at my home. I'm blessed to have that, but it's hard. And I put so much energy into my students. I had to stop and say, I got to put into myself. So Life Vantage, Protandum, and all the products has been just amazing. I love that the company is behind you. They provide everything. Everything is right there. All we got to do is duplicate it. Like Seth said, duplicate, duplicate, invite, invite. So that's why I'm here, and I'm very thankful. And everything that I do, gotta have gratitude and gotta have love with it. And thank you.
Thank you so much. Oh my gosh, you had us all, look at everyone just smiling and tearing up. And you know what it is, Auntie, is that we have the same story as you, so much of us. And when I started, I could not pay my minimum credit card payment. That thing just kept piling up and I just had no way out. So when you have a heart that wants to help others, and you know, that's the thing, everybody listening, you know at least 5 people who knew 10 people who know 100 people that are sick. And if we have the only patented product that can alleviate the cause of it, I'm not talking pharmaceutical Band-Aid here. I'm talking going to the root and getting rid of the oxidative stress in our cells and rebuilding the mitochondria. That's why this is a big deal. That's why this business is becoming people's, you know, what they do with the nooks and crannies in their life. And I was busy too, Auntie. I had no time. And it's amazing what you can do with no time, but little bits, just by sharing your heart and watching these products radically, radically change people's lives. So thank you for sharing. I so appreciate that. Next we have Akiu-Kumu, who's an awesome athlete and massage therapist. So can't wait to hear your story. Go for it. I think you just have to unmute.
All right. Can everybody hear me?
Yeah, thank you.
All right. Perfect. Thank you. Wow, what a story from Auntie. Thank you so much. That was heartfelting. I just want to introduce myself real quick. I'm Akiu-Kumu, 26 years old. I'm originally from Oahu in Southern California. Right now I'm living in Worcester, Massachusetts with my fiance and her family. So I'm just going to get right to it. I was introduced to Life Vantage through my fiance. You know, I watched her struggle for years with neck and back pain, and I always try to, you know, be by her side and give her a massage here and there. And she's actually the one who kind of really pushed me to get into the massage industry, which I'm going to school right now for. You know, I love surfing during the summer and I love snowboarding during the winter. So those are big athletic things I like to do on my free time. So hearing from her side of the story, my fiance, Erin, I was just intrigued by her results. So I got on it right away as soon as possible. I started with the Tri-Synergizer about 2 months back, around March of this year. And the results have just been phenomenal for me. I was diagnosed ADHD back in 2nd grade, and I struggled with taking, some of the medications and things that they had given me, and it just always set me back into not really being myself. This has helped me in a way of energy and more focus. My grades in school have gotten way better. I've dropped out of 3 colleges, and finally being in massage school, I've really pushed through, and I'm getting really good grades, and it's very exciting to feel good, to feel myself, just to be whole again and not be, lost in my mind a little bit. I've also suffered a little bit of like some shoulder pain from, football back in high school, playing quarterback. And I think a lot of it has to do with surfing and just kind of not really taking care of myself. Other things that this product has helped me with is recovering from workouts. It's amazing from how hard I can push through and everything. And the next days I'm just feeling like I just want to go more and more and just get more pumped up. I've also had some psoriasis issues in the back of my neck for years. I mean, it was swelling, it would just pus. I didn't know what it was. I changed my diet. I did everything until the moment I literally started taking the Tri-Synergizer pack. And within 2 weeks, the swelling is down. Hair's already growing back. And I'm telling you, I was struggling for years to just make it go away. And it's literally the same color of my skin now, and swelling's down, and I just feel great. Overall, how I feel is just the energy. I'm always happy. I was a little depressed for a little bit, and I was always a little down on myself, but after just being on this product, I've always had positive energy, always doing way more things than ever. If it's the ADHD, I don't know, but it's controlled. I feel happy. I feel positive. I'm ready to go. I literally feel like I'm 17 again. I was raving about it a couple weeks ago, and I just felt powerful, and I felt uplifted, and I was ready to share and just start telling my family about it and friends. And so these are just little stories I've built throughout this process of 2 months. And, I can't wait to see what's going to happen down the line in the year, or, how I'm going to feel with that. But that's pretty much all I have to say at this moment. Thank you guys so much for listening, and I appreciate you, Daisy, for having me on here today.
Thanks, Ali. So appreciate that. Yeah, thank you so much. And it's so nice to have a man on sharing, because we are a powerful group of women, and we're thankful. So thank you so much. And that's what I want everyone to kind of grasp, especially if you're a guest, is every story is different, but the same, because oxidative stress is always at the center. So, I noticed that for sure with my workouts, my retention rate, recovery rate, all of it. It's very powerful. So thanks so much for sharing, Ali. I really appreciate that. And next we have Darcy that's going to share. Now, Darcy is no joke, kind of like Auntie. I mean, we're all incredible, but this girl's, she's an Army veteran, an author. She, let me just even read this because it's pretty incredible. She is, let me see what it's called. A program manager, a previous program manager of the Department of Defense. So if there's anyone you want on your side, it's this lady, Darcy. And not only that, but she has just become an incredible friend, and I love her story as well. So I'm going to be quiet. I'm going to mute and let you go ahead and take it away, Darcy.
Thanks, Daisy. I'm Darcy Corcoran. I spent 20 years, I was active duty and worked for the Department of Defense and retired out of the Pentagon. That's my background. I had a great career, just ran around the world and did all kinds of stuff. My body has been through the ringer in terms of you know, injuries and just being really going hard all the time. You know, by my mid-30s, I really started to feel all of my injuries catching up with me. So I was kind of nursing that. I was just, you know, on a serious grind, 9 to 5, like, you know, I guess it was probably in September, I had just kind of made a decision that, you know, there was more to life than this 9 to 5 thing I kind of had gotten myself worked into, where I was doing all these consulting hours. I was still trading $1 for an hour. I was trading a lot more dollars for an hour than I previously been able to, but I was still only able to work so many hours in a day. It was the golden handcuffs, because I was literally chained to a desk in the Pentagon, 9 to 5, Monday through Friday. I would get out of work at 5 o'clock if I was lucky. And as the saying goes, the prize that you win at the end of a pie eating contest is they give you more pie. So the more I did, the better I performed, the more they gave me to do. And it just became this thing where I worked my health, my mental health, my physical health into a situation that it was just no longer healthy for me. And I really was looking for that sense that I had in the military of, you know, doing something bigger than myself to contribute to something that was making the world a better place and just giving the world something bigger. And I feel like I had that sense of service inside of me, you know, being in the military. But, you know, towards the end of my career, I didn't feel that anymore. I felt trapped. I felt chained to a desk. You know, it's the amount of money I was making made it really hard to leave, and I just needed a way out. I had made a decision to leave, and I luckily got the phone call at the same time. Call it the universe, call it, you know, just a good friend checking in on me, and we connected, and she told me about this opportunity. And, you know, coming from a 20-year big business background of managing multi-billion-dollar programs and seeing how money really works in business, like, this business made all the sense in the world to me. Low risk, you know, you really just, you know, you're not walking into a situation where you're having to have a lot of overhead. And, you know, if you can put some energy and time into it, and you can believe in this because it really is bringing something wonderful to the world, you get a great result. So I feel like for me, it really gave me that sense I was looking for to contribute to something bigger. And then also allowed me to say, like, I'm meant for something bigger. I'm not meant to be chained to a desk all day. Like, I just cut those golden handcuffs off and I'm done with it. So I'm never going back. So this is like, I burned the boats, this is it. So for me, I'm able to do that, and I'm able to get behind it because I believe in it so much. I think the products are simply amazing. I don't have pain in my body anymore. I did lose about 25 pounds, which is pretty significant, and since September, and I haven't really got any major dieting. I just changed my lifestyle, and I'm happier, so I do more, and I have more energy, so I do more. I wake up excited to take on the day, so I do more. And, you know, my joints don't hurt, and my knees don't hurt, and my back doesn't hurt. And so because all of those things feel better and I feel better, I do more and I take on life in a different way. So I don't know what price tag you can put on that. And I don't know how important it is to be a part of something bigger than yourself. But for me, it's a reason to get up every day and be excited. And having that passion is what we're here to do. It's just about the joy. So that's my story. I'm excited, and that's about it, I guess.
Wow. Thank you. Thank you so much, Darcy. And it's so crazy because the aches and pains and all that going away, the more energy, all of that, everyone can relate with that story too. Everyone, you know, when you hit 25, I started to notice that, you know, I'd want to take a nap. I'd want that little extra push, and these products have helped so much for that. So I really appreciate you sharing, and just because you have such an amazing background and know business, and for you to jump in, you understand what can happen in 2 to 3 years with this. It's amazing. And so thank you for sharing. Now we have Alisan Parnes, who's a dear friend, also a incredible veterinarian, she's running a farm now. She has an incredible life, and this business has really offered her that. So she's going to share for a minute, and then we're going to be done. Really quick, make sure you get with the person that invited you to let them know how you want to move forward. I'll say that one more time at the end, but this is very valuable information. You want to start digging to see why we're all so excited. So thanks for sharing, Alisan.
Thank you, Daisy. Hi, everyone. It's good to be on here and just hearing all these amazing stories. As Daisy mentioned, I'm a veterinarian. I've been practicing for 18 years in Georgia. I'm the mom of 2 amazing boys, and LifeVantage came into my life about 7 years ago. I'm certified in veterinary acupuncture, so I've always been very open to holistic health and integrative medicine. And when I got my certification in acupuncture, learned a lot about traditional Chinese medicine and herbs. And so when Protandim came into my life, it was just a perfect mesh of already what I had been incorporating into my practice, and just realizing that the power of this product really affecting every cell in the body and getting to the root core of, I mean, really every disease process. I mean, that it's linked to oxidative stress. And it just became such a powerful tool for me in my practice, because I could eliminate a lot of the other things that we were using. You know, we had a supplement for every organ system. I mean, it was crazy. It was like something for the skin, something for the joints, something for the liver, something for the heart. And it's just like this pharmacy of, you know, even though a lot of they're natural, it's just like, people can't be compliant, you know, when you're telling them you got to give 8 pills a day. But if it's 1 a day, then that works a whole lot better for people. And I just felt it was like the best bang for the buck when it came to helping my patients and just slowing down the aging process. And also from a personal standpoint, I had really been searching for something to help my children. Both of them were diagnosed with a genetic kidney disease back in 2009. And my older son went into kidney failure within months of his diagnosis and had a kidney transplant when he was very young. And then my younger son was basically given the same prognosis and diagnosis, and the doctors said there was really nothing that could be done to help him, that we would just have to basically wait until the time came and he would need a transplant. So I was also very much interested in looking at alternative therapies for him, because I knew that with herbs and nature, that there are things that you can do to help support the body, to help support the kidneys. So I began working with naturopaths and tried them on a lot of different things for about 1.5 years, a lot of different herbal combinations. And the problem I had with it, I didn't see a lot of science behind many of the things I was using. And I also wasn't seeing any changes in lab work. So I had really kind of given up and decided we all needed a break. And shortly after that, I learned about Protandim. So it was just kind of a crazy timing with just not only my patients, but also my own kids. And so after really digging into the research of Protandim, which is, it's amazing that a product like this, that's all natural, and the brand has 26 peer-reviewed studies from medical schools, universities. I mean, this isn't the company paying and doing all this research. These are doctors and scientists who see the value in what we have, and they want to study it for whatever thing they're looking at, you know, at their university. So that, to me, you know, PubMed is like the place where all doctors and scientists go to do research, and it's very, very rare and unusual to see so much science on a natural product. So that, to me, was what I had been looking for, you know, with all the things I was giving my son. I never saw research. So I just thought, you know what, I'm going to try this with him and see what happens. And I took him off everything else and checked his labs, started him on Protandim, and I was going to give it 30 days and recheck labs. Well, I waited 2 weeks and got impatient and rechecked his labs, and the marker for his disease on his labs had dropped by 50% in 2 weeks. So long story short, he got an additional 5 more years than was anticipated. So double the time that my other son did before he needed a transplant. So it didn't cure his disease, but I guarantee you it had a big impact on the speed of it. I felt like we got more time before we had to intervene medically. But, you know, just the course of his whole disease was different. He was healthier throughout the whole thing, and his recovery was so fast. But yeah, I became very passionate, you know, after seeing that with him, and then my patients and many family members and my own self. I just was like, the science alone was enough to get me. And I really have never done network marketing, nor ever wanted to. Just wasn't my thing. I've been a vet and a waitress, and that's it my whole life, you know. And so I was a little skeptical on the business model when I started, but I just, you know, when you're passionate about something, you're going to share it with people. I mean, you talk. That's just what we do. And to me, I just felt like I was doing what I do in my normal life. I was educating people. I was sharing what I'm passionate about, and I became a distributor basically to have the product in my clinics, and then began getting customers and other people wanting to get involved in the business, and started to learn more about network marketing. And I was like, holy cow, you know, for a burned out veterinarian, I mean, I'm telling you, the industry is tough. After 20 years, you know, sometimes you need to step off the wheel and take an emotional break. It's a very, the compassion fatigue in our industry is very high. Emotionally, it's very draining. And a lot of burnout happens, and it's got actually a very high suicide rate. I think we're #1 during the COVID crisis, which is crazy. Veterinarians rank #1 highest suicide rate, which is nuts. So anyway, saying that, you know, I was kind of getting to that point where, not suicide, but I was getting to that point where I was just like, you know, I really need to spend more time with my family. I knew eventually when my younger son needed to have his transplant, I wanted to be able to be home with him. I wasn't able to be home with my older son. I had to go right back to work, and that I had a lot of mom guilt over that. And I just knew that when the time came for my younger one to have his transplant, I wanted to be able to walk away from work and stay home and be with him through that recovery. And so after 3 years of just building LifeVantage, the business side of it, by sharing, it replaced my veterinary income, my part-time income. So when his surgery happened, I was able to walk away from work. I wasn't having to worry about how the bills were going to get paid, because I was getting that residual income every month. And so the business has been life-changing for us as well. So I'm very passionate about talking about it now, but obviously the product is what brought me here, and the life-changing results that I've just seen on a daily basis with people. So thanks for inviting me to share.
Thanks, Alisan. And your story, I remember hearing it with your son, and just to see you go through that, and just to see, just to have hope too, you know, it's amazing. And even for your patients I'm a major animal lover. So Alice and I are always texting on the side about our animals and just how this product really helps. But before we get off, I know we just, we're going a little bit over. We usually like to keep these 30 minutes. I just want to show you guys something really quick. Oh, I have to I'm an attendee, so I guess I can't share the screen. But I was hoping that I could show you guys, or just put into perspective what can happen over time. And like Alisan said, you know, she was still working, fitting this in the nooks and crannies. I want to talk about Auntie Wanda too. She has hit the rank of Pro 3, which is $5,000 of cumulative volume in her first month. Because when something changes your life, you can't keep it quiet. And that's what's happened with these products for so many of us. I mean, all of us that are on the call that are just listening, we've had our lives change, and that's why we're here. That's why this business is bringing in people that it would necessarily never do network marketing. Is it's not only to have another, you know, wheel of income coming in, but it's to change lives. And I know that personally with my One Yes, I have a team of over 16,000 people now that have changed their health on a cellular level, that they're able to have a different kind of life, a different kind of well-being. And the business is just that as well. So because of time, I'm going to let us all get off, but jump on tomorrow, 8:30 a.m. Hawaii time. And I'm going to go over a little bit about why this business works and why we win over and over again, a publicly traded company for one of the most amazing, generous compensation plans out there in this industry. So jump on tomorrow. Thanks so much for coming on today, you guys. I'm sure you heard something that changed you and rattled you up a little bit to look into more. And we're really excited that you're here. So thanks again. Take care, and we will see y'all later. Bye. Take care.
Thank you, Daize.
Thank you. Aloha, everyone.